Good morning, welcome to Gentle Yoga with Rain of Blessings. My name is Felicia, and today we'll just be doing a very standard practice influenced by Ashtanga. So we'll start with standing poses and sun salutations. So begin. Find all four corners of your feet with the feet hip width apart at the top of your mat. Lift your toes and spread them, and then allow them to relax back to the mat. Just roll your shoulders back and down, forward, up, back and down, very slowly, 3 times. And then we'll take the arms up overhead and swan dive forward. And just hang in ragdoll for a couple of breaths. And sway from side to side. And then half lift with the hands on the shins, gazing forward. And then forward fold, a little deeper than in the ragdoll. Then we'll plant the hands by the feet with the knees deeply bent and step back into down dog and find our first down dog. Let's pedal the feet out, lifting the heels one at a time. And then rising up onto both toes and lifting the hips way high in the air. Really reaching with the arms straight. And then lower the heels toward the floor. They won't come all the way. And roll it out into plank pose. Lower the knees, the chest and the chin to the floor. Scoop through into up dog on the knees and lift the gaze, and then tuck the toes and lift the hips back to down dog. And then we'll lift the left leg high in the air and bring the knee to chest to step it through. Turn the right toes out and wing the arms back, rising up for warrior one, lifting the arms high in the air, maybe bending the left knee further, high V with the arms, and then wing the arms back again, and press off with the right leg and come back to mountain pose at the top of the mat. And take the arms up overhead, swan dive, half lift, reaching through the crown of the head, straightening the legs, and then forward fold, slight bend in the knees, release the neck and the head, and step it back to down dog. Pressing with the arms, lifting the hips high, and come forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin. Scoop it through to up dog. On the knees or the top of the feet, strengthening the legs. And then tuck the toes and rise back to down dog. Take the right foot leg up in the air. Bring the knee to chest. Step it through. Turn the left toes out. Wing the arms back. Press up for warrior one on the other side. Square the hips forward. Arms in a high V. can spread the fingers here and then relax them. Strengthen the left leg, sink down into the right leg. And then wing the arms back and spring off the left leg and come back to mountain pose. And arms overhead, swan dive forward. Can come straight into a forward bend here and can step back again or bend the knees deeply and jump back into plank and then lift the hips up. Down dog. Take a couple of breaths here and come forward into plank. And you can lower the knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, where you shift by pressing with the feet forward. Shift forward over the hands a little bit more, and then squeeze the elbows in and lower yourself all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes and rise up to upward dog. Tuck the toes and come into down dog again. Remember to keep conscious of the breath throughout the practice. And we'll take the left leg up in the air, knee to chest, step it through, turn the right heel down in one line with the left heel, and then windmill the right arm up and over and come into warrior two. Sinking down, strengthen the right leg, press the outside edge of the right foot down, and breathe. Refining the pose, maybe sinking a little deeper, pulling back with the right arm. And then windmill the right arm up and over and come back up onto the right toes with the feet on separate tracks and spring off the right foot and reverse swan dive. Come up, arms overhead, take a little bit of a back bend here. Bring the arms back down to the side. And centering breath, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. And we'll plant the hands and you jump back or step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Scoop through. Up dog, either on the knees or the top of the feet. Gaze up. Keep breathing. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. Down dog. Lift the right leg high in the air. Bring the knee to chest. Step it through. Turn the left heel behind the right heel. And windmill the left arm up, over and back. And come into warrior two on the other side. You can really strengthen that back leg, the left leg. Pulling back with the left arm a little. Sinking down through the right knee. Bending the right knee further. And reaching front to back with the arms. And then windmill the arms up and over, frame the right foot, come back up onto the left toes, and take the right leg back into down dog. And then we'll come forward either by walking forward or bend the knees deeply, and you can try jumping forward back to your mountain pose. Half lift, and then we'll take a forward fold here, a little bit longer this time, so you can take the back of your calves, ankles or heels, and really make a strong connection between your torso and thighs. And then release the neck and the head, and begin to straighten the legs a little bit more. Breathing here. And then come up to the fingertips and reverse swan dive. Come back up to mountain and take a little bit more of a back bend here. Take the head all the way back. Strong legs. Maybe a little bend in the knees for balance. And rising back up. Lower the arms slowly to the side with the exhale. Centering breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, slowly bring the arms down with the full exhale. Inhale, all the way up with the arms, and swan dive forward. And this time you can jump or step back, bend the knees deeply, and come to plank pose. And let's just hold plank. So really find palms and the balls and toes of the feet, the legs strong, torso strong, arms strong. And then turn to the right side and lift the left arm up in the air, or you can bring your right knee to the floor as well and tuck the toes. It's always an option with this side plank. And breathe. Maybe turn the head to gaze up at the left arm. And bring the left arm down again. Come back to plank. Lift the hips to down dog. And roll it out. Either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Scoop it through. Up dog. Tuck the toes. Come to down dog. Come back to plank. Strong plank. And then whichever side plank you did on the other side, lift the right arm up. The feet can be staggered or stacked here. A more advanced pose would even be to lift the right leg up and gaze up at the right arm. And bring the right arm down again. And lower the knees as wide as the mat and shift the hips back and come to child's pose. Take 3 breaths here, feeling this release and stretch of the lower back. Forehead can be on the floor, or you can stack the hands and have the forehead on the backs of the hands. And reaching and scooping it through. Come down and press up into a gentle cobra, just wiggling into it, and then we'll come to Sphinx pose. So tuck the toes and lengthen the legs and press the legs together and gaze up. Draw the lower belly in here. It's very helpful for cobra poses. And then you can turn the hands out towards the edges of the mat. They can be inside the mat or even outside the mat, and press up into a seal pose. Strong legs, strong torso, the shoulders are back and down, and gaze up. Breathing here. And then roll it down. And we'll come to bow pose. We'll take half bow first. So stretch the left arm long overhead. And reach the right arm back to catch the right ankle. And press the ankle into the hand. Lift the leg up. And then lift the left leg and left arm up. Half bow. And release the right leg, release the arms down, and shift the hips from side to side. And then we'll reach the right arm long, palm facing towards the left side, and catch the left ankle with the left hand and press the foot into the hand. And then lift the right arm and right leg. Breathe. Keep lifting everything higher. And come back down. You can stack the palms in the opposite way. Shift the hips from side to side to release the back again. And then bending both legs, reach back for both ankles with the hands and press the feet into the hands. And lift the heart, gaze straight ahead. Try to lift the legs a little higher, even as you keep pressing the feet into the hands. Breathe deeply. And release everything down. One more time, stack the hands, forehead on the hands. Shift the hips from side to side. And then with the hands next to the chest, press back into child's pose. This time you can have the knees together, the heels together. And keep the arms reaching out overhead. Or again, you can stack the palms, stack the hands under the forehead. Breathe deeply. A nice release for the back is to take both fists and gently pound next to the spine on the back. And then we'll rise up to sit on the heels. Really find the length of the spine. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll take the arms out to the side and cross the right arm under the left and intertwine the arms. And reach up, reach the gaze up. And lower the arms down, squeezing them into the chest. And release, unravel. And take the arms out to the side again. And left arm under right, interlace the arms. And lift the arms, lift the gaze, lift it all the way to the ceiling. We're reaching for the ceiling. Taking a little back bend here. And then squeeze it in. Exhale completely. And release the arms. And then we'll walk the hands back out. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Inhale, cow. Full exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale into cow. And exhale, cat. And now let's take some barrel rolls. Take the ribs, the right side, over to the right, and then come into a cow with the arms bent, and take the ribs, the whole side body over to the left, and then press up into cat, and circle around again as if you're scraping the inside of a barrel. And the head kind of does the opposite of the rest of the body. So your neck is also making circles, but it goes in the opposite direction of the rest of the body. And when you come into cow again, take this in the opposite direction. Go over to the left, go over to the right, through cow. Just make opposite circles as you did before, scraping the inside of a barrel. And then come to center and tuck the toes, lift the hips. And now we'll come to a couple more warrior poses, standing poses. So step the left foot closer to the right, lift the right leg high in the air, and open the hip toward the right side, bend the right knee, circle the ankle in both directions, square the shoulders back down. They tend to open up. And then extend the right leg high in the air again and draw the knee to chest and step it through. Lower the left heel behind the right heel on the same track. Take the right elbow to the right knee and windmill the arm up and over. And we're coming into side angle. So using your left arm to sort of make sure the whole left side of the body is long and straight, one long line from the crown of the head to the left heel. And then you can take the left arm up and overhead. Not a lot of weight in the right elbow, so the legs are doing all the work here. And then turn the head to gaze upward a little bit. Really strong in the legs. Rooting down through the feet. And then we'll rise up Straighten the right leg. Come to radiant triangle. Again, gaze up at the right arm. And then reaching forward, we're coming into triangle. Reaching forward, hinging at the hips. Both sides of the torso long. Pull the right hip under and place the back of the right hand inside the right leg, or you can use a block, inside or outside, and then take the left arm straight up and over. Maybe you can gaze up. Breathe. And take the left arm back and down and spring off the left foot. Find your block and place it outside and about 8 inches in front of the right foot, and then bring the left leg up and then turn the torso towards the left side. You may want to step off the mat for this balance pose, half moon. So really strengthen both legs. And then with the left hand on the hip, you may want to lift that arm up and take the left leg higher. Keep it open to the left side, opening the whole body towards the left wall. And windmill the left arm down and bring the left leg to meet the right. And just hang in ragdoll. Take both elbows and then switch out your elbows. And breathe and rest. And then we'll step back into down dog again. And this time take the right foot closer to the left and lift the left leg high in the air. Open the hip towards the left, bend the left knee. Circle the ankle, square the shoulders down. Pressing with the arms. And then square the hips again and lift the left leg high. And draw the left knee to chest. Step it through. Turn the right heel down behind the left. And really find your feet rooting down. And then left elbow or left arm to the left knee and windmill the right arm up and over till it comes down the right side, and turn the whole body toward the right wall. And then bring the right arm up and overhead, making one long line from the heel to the right hand. Drop the left shoulder down and turn the head to gaze up at the right arm. Rooting down through the legs, strong legs. Breathing here. And then straightening the left leg, rising up, take the right arm inside the right leg and the left arm high, overhead, radiant triangle. And then reaching out with the left arm. You might want to have a block to bring with you. So take a moment to get that block ready for triangle and for half moon. So again, reaching out through the left arm, keep the torso long, and tuck the left hip under. And then take the right arm high and turn to gaze up. Strengthen the legs. as if you're really pressing the feet into clay, making a footprint. And then bring the right hand to the right hip and spring off the right leg and lift the right leg high in the air and bring the left hand to a block and turn and open the right to the right. Open the hip and the shoulders. Open to the right. Lift the right leg higher. The right arm's going straight up. Or you can keep the right hand on the right hip. Sometimes helps for balance. Breathing here. And bringing the right arm back and down to the floor. And bring the right leg hip width apart from the left. And catch your elbows and hang in ragdoll. And straighten one leg at a time and sway from side to side. And then reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. And we'll take a back bend here standing. You can take the feet a little wider than hip width apart. And maybe the toes are slightly pointed out, but the knees are going to track directly over the feet. And take the hands to the lower back, and they can be fingers pointing down or thumbs toward the spine and the fingers wrapped around the hips, whichever is your preference. And rather than back bending, think of opening up the chest, the heart. Bend the knees and slowly take the head back until you feel balanced with the knees bent. And maybe you can take your gaze all the way to the wall behind you and breathe here. And then using core strength, inhale back up to standing. And we'll step off the mat for a couple of balance poses here. It's getting warm already. It's going to be a warm day. So bring the left hand to the wall and root down through the left leg. Really draw the left hip in strong. And then bend the right knee and bring it to chest. And circle the right ankle. Maybe you can interlace the fingers under the right knee. In both directions, take those circles. And then draw the right knee out towards the side. It doesn't come all the way parallel to the body, but slightly in front. And then take the ankle and place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. And then really, again, strengthen that left leg, even if there should be a slight bend in the left leg. And then maybe you can take the arms up overhead, find your balance. I like to take Om Mudra. It feels very stabilizing with it's like okay, with the pointer finger and the thumb together and the other fingers spread. And then bringing the right hand to the right hip, the left hand to the wall. Turn the right leg forward and extend the leg. And take 3 breaths here. And bring the right leg to the floor. And then we'll turn and take the right hand to the wall. And we'll take dancer pose on this side. So catch the left ankle with the left hand and draw the heel to the buttocks and the knees close together. And then you can kind of just take your fingertips to the wall and press the left foot into the left hand, arching the back, and bring the right hand down the wall and tip a little bit forward. Breathe deeply. And rising back up again. Shake it out. And again, turn with the left hand to the wall. And this time we'll bring the right knee to chest and cross the right ankle over the left knee and take the right hand to the right knee, and the left arm walks down the wall, or you can catch the right foot with the left hand. Bending the left knee deeply and hinging at the hips with the long spine. Bending forward. Standing cradle. Rising back up again. Release that leg down. And we'll take that on the other side. Right hand to the wall, and bring the left knee to chest. And squeeze it in, circling the left ankle. And bring the left foot to the inside, turning the left knee out for tree pose. Arms rising up, growing your branches, maybe gazing up a little higher, rooting down through the right leg, strong right leg, pressing the leg into the foot as much as the foot is pressing into the leg. Breathe deeply. And then turn the left knee forward and extend. You can bring the left hand to the left hip. Extend the left leg and take 3 breaths. And release the left leg down. And then we'll turn and have the left arm on the wall and catch the right ankle with the right hand. For dancer, king dancer, and then can begin to walk the left fingertips out along the wall and press the right leg out, arching the spine, reaching out with the left hand, really rooting down through that strong left leg. Rising back up again, release the leg, and then we'll turn again, the right arm high on the wall, and cross the left ankle over the right knee, bend the right knee deeply, left hand to left knee, maybe you can find your balance here and take the left foot with the right hand, and hinge at the hips, coming forward. back up again. We'll return to the mat. I like to have water available on these hot days. So, with the feet close together, wing the arms up into a high V and sit back into fierce pose. And then take the right hand to the right hip and cross the left elbow over the right knee. And we'll take a twist here. Reaching through the crown of the head, pressing the hands together. Maybe they come to the center of the chest, or maybe not. Maybe we're just working toward that. Keep the knees together so that the left knee doesn't jut out in front. And again, reach through the crown of the head. Reach back through the left hip. And then release the arms down. Straighten the legs. And just hang and breathe for a moment. And then bending the knees deeply again, rising up to fierce. Arms in a high V. And then take the left hand to the left hip and slice across with the right arm outside the left knee and twist to the left. Reach through the crown of the head, pull the right hip back, press the hands together, twist, and breathe. And release the arms down, straighten the legs, and just hang for a moment. And then bending the knees deeply, come up onto the toes, and we'll come to toe stand with the legs parallel with the floor. And you may bring the fingertips back next to the hips. Maybe you need that for the stability, or maybe you can bring your palms to heart center and balance on the toes. Find that drishti, the unmoving point to gaze at. It can be internal in your heart or external on the wall. Then bring the fingertips back down and sit down. Stretch the left leg long on the mat and bring the right leg inside the right foot inside the left leg. All the way up towards the groin. And then turn the chest to square over the left leg and walk the hands out. You can reach for the outside of the left leg with the right hand. Keep the left hand on the floor. And just keep reaching through the crown of the head, bringing the forehead toward the toes. And the left foot is flexed. Feeling this nice stretch for the back, Janu Shirshasana. And then walking the hands back in, rising up. Bring the right arm back behind the right hip, and then swing the left arm out and around and lift the hips up. Lift the gaze up to the ceiling. Press the hips way forward and up. Stargazer. And reverse. reverse that, bring the left arm up and around and sit back down. And then we'll stretch the right leg out and the left leg. And with the hands behind the hips, you can scoot forward to open the legs as far as you can. And then we'll come into a wide leg forward bend here. You can either walk the hands out right in front of you or slide them along the legs. I like to catch hold of my ankles or toes and really reach through the crown of the head. Reaching is more important than bending. So we're hinging at the hips and keeping the spine long without rounding the spine. And then we're trying to relax the shoulders as well, even if you're pulling with the arms. Breathing here. And then rising back up again. Hands behind the hips and draw the feet together and just butterfly the knees up and down a few times. And with if you're sitting really straight up, bring the tips of your fingers to the backs of your heels. And then this is diamond pose. And you can begin to walk the hands out towards the toes and maybe wrap them around the toes. And here we're actually rounding the spine, just relaxing. Release the head and the neck. And then we'll stretch the right leg long and place the left foot inside the right thigh for Jani Shirshasana on the other side. I like to draw the flesh out from under my left buttocks. And then turn the chest over the right leg and walk the hands out again. Can catch hold of the left foot, the outside of the left foot with the right foot with the left hand and reach the right hand out. Reaching through the crown of the head. Draw the lower belly in, helps to hinge rather than round. And keep the forehead reaching toward the right toes. Breathe deeply. And rising back up again. So I'd like to walk us through headstand at the wall. So we'll bring the mat over to the wall. Find a blank space on the wall if you've got one. For me, I have actually 3 mats, so that's helpful for headstand. But if you only have 1 mat or 2 mats, you can triple up the mat by pulling it forward and then just folding it, accordion fold, and bring it close to the wall. I don't know if this is good, if you can see me or not, but we'll try this. So I'll start here. So we interlace, first just bring the elbows down and then just catch the outside of the elbows with the hands so that the elbows are a forearm apart. And then bring the hands out and interlace the fingers and open the palms out. So the fingers are interlaced all the way to the webbing and the fingers are out. And then it kind of makes a little cradle for the head. And we're not right on the very top of the head. It's more toward the forehead. So you bring the forehead down. And I'm going to demonstrate this at the wall. So you're on your knees elbows are forearm width apart, interlacing the fingers. Place the head down and just find a really comfortable place. Cradle the back of the head and tuck the toes and lift the hips up. And then walk the feet toward your torso. So you're on your toes, and with the knees bent, just lift up. And then straighten the legs. And your feet might come to the wall. You can have one foot on the wall. And then really straighten the hips here. Pressing down with the arms. And then maybe you can take your foot away from the wall. And breathe here. Keep drawing the shoulder blades away from the ear. Can strengthen the legs and buttocks and the abdomen, and then maybe relax a little bit, but the legs are stacked directly over the hips. You know, maybe you have to keep one foot on the wall for balance, but you can try to take your foot away. And then to come down, bend the knees and lower down. Extend the feet. And again, stack the hands and rest the forehead on the backs of the hands. And take at least 5 breaths. I take half as many breaths in child's pose as I do in headstand. Just reorients, allows the blood flow to normalize again, the breath to normalize. And then we'll rise back up and bring our mats back to the middle of the room. For our closing sequence. So sit in the middle of the mat. And take hold of the back of the thighs and round the spine all the way down to the floor. And bring the heels to where the tips of the fingers can brush the backs of the heels. Draw the shoulder blades together and lift the hips up. Inhale. You can keep your hands down or interlace the fingers and bring the elbows and upper arms closer together. And then using the strength of the legs, pressing up into bridge. Deep belly breaths. And release the hands and roll back down. And then draw the knees to chest and wrap the arms all the way around the legs, squeezing the legs in. Inhale completely and hold. And exhale and release. Bring the feet back to the floor. And then we'll take shoulder stand. So draw the knees to chest and lift the legs up. Scoop the hips with the hands and press the legs up toward the ceiling. Don't look from side to side. Just keep looking straight up, and the toes should be directly over the eyes. So there's a slight bend in the hips, bend in the shoulder blades, bend in the shoulders rather. And then once you've established your half shoulder stand, you can close the eyes and breathe. And bending the knees. You can try bringing the knees next to the ears and the feet down to the floor. Kind of a modified plow pose. And then stretching the arms down along the floor with the palms down, right where your hips are going to land. And then inhale the legs quarter of the way. Exhale, hold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hold. Inhale another quarter of the way. Exhale, hold. Inhale the legs all the way to the floor. And now you can take the left foot to the floor and bring the left elbow right under the back. And then the right foot to the floor, bring the right elbow right under the back. Stretch the legs long and point the toes firmly. And then using the strength of the arms, lift the heart, lift the chest way up, and then allow the head to come back and just touch the back, the top of the head to the floor. Just no weight in the head, just releasing. The arms are supporting us. Fish pose. Breathe deeply into the lungs, spreading the rib cage out in all directions. And then lifting the head up, roll the spine back down, and bring the feet in, and lift the hips up and release the arms out into a T. Take the hips over to the left and lower the knees, the legs toward the right. Sideline twist. You can scooch the right shoulder out from under and turn the head to gaze over the left arm. Close the eyes here. See if you can really relax the legs. Completely let go. And bringing the knees back up to center. Shift the hips to the middle of the mat. And take the hips over to the right. Draw the knees toward chest and lower them toward the left. Scooch the left shoulder out from under and turn to gaze over the right. Completely let go. knees back up to center and shift the hips to the middle of the mat. And stretch the legs long, one at a time, toward the corners of the mat. Arms about 30 degrees from the body, and allow the feet to just flop out, relax. Relax the shoulders down. Once you feel symmetric, just stay there. And just observe your breath. And then moving the fingers and the toes, and stretch the arms overhead. And rolling onto your right side, you can bend the knees and draw the knees in towards the chest. Roll onto your right side if it's morning and left if it's evening. Pillow your head on the lower arm and support yourself with the upper arm. And then stretching the upper leg long, using the upper arm, gently press up into a seated position. And bring a blanket to sit on. Roll the shoulders back and down a few times again. And take the arms up overhead, palms touch, and bring them to heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.